Often you'd have around 200 kids who would come and purchase candy and soda. Here we go, Scorpion Gulch. This is the place. All reported by the Phoenix Gazette, of course. You can see the nice well. Of course, he also has about 1,800 different types of cacti that resides in his garden.
If you look here, we're at Scorpion Gulch. There's a little bit of pain damage over here. We're building up, kind of unfortunate.
In 2012, the city also did some restoration work. They completed it in 2013 to kind of stabilize it, but it took the roof off as well. As you can see up there, they're the mountains. Areas down here. I wonder if they're crawl spaces or air vents, but they're covered by metal pieces. I think that's fairly remarkable to point at. Another spot over here. Same larger complex. There's people everywhere doing photo shoots here. There's been some people in here, right there, as well as across the street. There's quite a few people. See the good work of this place. I mean, this is built in the early 20th century, early 20th century building works. Tell the massive amount of detail that went into this place. Circle around on the outside so you can get a better idea from the front. So this is actually one of the transplant petroglyphs that this site has. We'll be seeing another one while we're here. This is one of the transplants that was actually brought in by Fritz Holmquist. So you can see, there's this one. Here's another one. And then the larger has a little bit more to it.
Here we are. This is the pinnacle. This is the moment we waited for. Dobbins Lookout. Now they have a no drone zone sign.
Tallest point. Here it is. There it is. We made it. Look at that. Looks like the roof's been redone. Got some graffiti. Wow, look at that. Imagine that in the early 1900s.
I just wanted to get down there and check that out. Oh wow.
Look closely, looks like a Zia symbol almost. Little symbols around here, I don't know what they are. Got some major landmarks on here that points out. Alright, so there's supposed to be some petroglyphs around here. I believe I followed a GPS location I have that I'll include in the video out here, and I think I can already see them. So this is actually going to be a lot easier than I believed it would be. Oh shit, there they are. There they are. Wow, look at that. That is fantastic. That is absolutely fascinating. Look at that beauty. Wow. Wow, look at that. That is absolutely fantastic. Wow, I mean, I don't know. That is just fantastic. See some more up there. All right, I just wrapped up our live Twitter. If you want to see what we do on site, every time we go live on Twitter to bring it to you. This is some fantastic work you can see right here. These are the petroglyphs here on the rocks. I mean, this is amazing. You see like a dog creature up to the left of some sort. There's some more up here, and then of course on the front, I'll bring that back around for you to see in a minute. This is absolutely fantastic though. You can see one up elongated up there. We come back down here around to the front. I found, of course this one's almost impossible to miss if you have the actual coordinates, is this one, and that's just beautiful. If you love this kind of stuff, that's what you want to see. That is just, I mean, this is from the Hohokam people who were here from early AD to about, I want to say about 1400. I could be off a little bit on that, but this is, they pecked these into the rock with primitive tools and then disappeared without much trace at all. You come up here, you can see all that. Again, we were at Dobbins today. Dobbins Lookout. We were at Scorpion Gulch, and this is really just honestly a
This is, I mean, you can almost see the adobe brick. Special place. Welcome to Pueblo Grande, a prehistoric Hohokam Indian village. Archaeology Kids program. That's pretty cool. Kids 7 to 12 can become junior archaeologists. This program introduces the science of archaeology. Participants will excavate replicated historic and prehistoric features. That's pretty awesome. Ask front desk for details. Pueblo Grande Museum. Here we are. Pueblo Grande Museum. This is pretty awesome. Look, you can almost see the adobe brick over here. This is pretty amazing. It's, I mean, so up in your face. This was abandoned in 1450, and the rest of the areas like this in 1450 were abandoned. You can see the rocks also incorporated into it. I don't know if that's restoration or not. Pima Indian legend states that their ancestors came from the east, led their culture hero, elder brother. They attacked the Hohokam village of the Salt and Gila valleys because the Hohokam chiefs had become arrogant and claimed their power was greater than elder brothers. Pueblo Grande was the last great village on the Salt River to resist the Pima uprising in a fierce battle. The Hohokam leader was slain. The Pima word Hohokam means that which is perished. So this is the platform mound. The thing is that this is extremely similar to what they do at the Maya or the Toltec or the Aztecs. So the next spot's going to be Adobe Compound that we're going to be coming up on. It's going to be up here on the right, after this gazebo. And then you can kind of already see the pit houses over there. We'll stop right real quick and look at this. But next up is the Adobe Compound. That's what I'm really excited about. This is a honey mesquite tree, which produces legumes. The seed becomes very hard and mature. It's kind of food, I think. I believe it's food. Leave that in the comments, let me know. There's the freeway right over there. You know exactly where we're at. The Adobe Compound replica. Let's take a look. Let's see, as it would be put together back then. You have the grinding stones over in the corner, the fire. Another fire. Of course the door's covered thing. So this is the pit houses. These are also reproduction, and you can see the quality. Let's take a look at the inside. This is fantastic. It's also made wheelchair accessible. Wow, this is, you can see this down here, how this would look. Again, this has the same bottom structure. Alright, here's the ball court. This would be pretty interesting over here. Kind of dips down quite a bit. You can see. Look at that, wow. Ball courts were significant features within the large integrated cultural system of the Hohokam and were used between AD 750 and 1200. Research suggests that ball courts served as public arenas for specialized activities and may have involved religious gatherings and exchange of commodities such as pottery and possible ball games.
The efforts of the Hungam people were essential in the construction, maintenance, and supervision of canal systems. There were as many as 16 independent canal systems in the Salt River Valley.
So here we are at the Smurfs White House. This is one of the older houses here. Has many of the prominent people of the area buried in the cemetery out here. They were all conglomerated from a different location after a railroad was put in. So although there looks like there's only a few people actually buried here, this was an actually Hohokam burial site. So there's thousands that are actually buried here in reality. This is Ortega Vault. And again, this is the cemetery by the Smurfs White House. They've done a fantastic job keeping it nice and good looking out here. This is still in very good condition. Here's the Wooldridge family vault. This is a really beautiful place. They said it's run by a non-profit, but the actual state, the city owns the property. The world. Reporting on the downtown destruction of Scottsdale. Now I'm on my way to another historical location that I've been wanting to look at again, because although it is a historical location that we've covered, the location itself has appeared to have some new issues popping up around it in downtown Phoenix. So we were just in Scottsdale. We're going to go take a look at Phoenix now and see what's going on down there. I had a hunch that something might be taking place down there, so let's go take a look. So in the past, we've actually covered this beautiful location behind me, the Smurfs White House. And the Smurfs White House is actually a very, very old structure here in Phoenix. Let's go take a look at it. Of course, everything's closed down because of COVID and the riots and stuff, but this is the Smurfs White House in the Pioneer Memorial Park, built in 1897, so late 1800s. This structure has been placed on the Historic Register of Places. We also have the cemetery, the Pioneer Memorial Park and Cemetery right next door. Very, very well kept, very beautiful structure. Indeed, you can see some of the tiles. I don't remember taking a too close of a look last time. It looks like they have upgraded some of the actual park, but that's not really why we're here. In fact, today we're here because I saw this structure in the back of a news report for a homeless encampment down here. And if you look over here, you can see a fairly large homeless encampment. I'm gonna go check it out, do some reporting on it, bring them some water because it's hot out here. Yeah, got my water. Go head over here and hand out some water to people that need it. It's hot out here. And that whole area got cordoned off too. Saw a constable, sheriff over here. Some nice artwork. That gorilla over there on the wall. It's kind of neat. Tents and such. Approach, you can see there's a lot of people here, and I don't have to get video on the camera because it's demeaning, but we're here in Madison and 13th Ave by Jefferson. So I asked whether some of the reasons were COVID or the riots or anything, and they said no, it's just circumstances You know, people have bad lives, people get robbed by their families, people get screwed. And of course, maybe it's not their family's fault, you never know, but I give them the benefit of the doubt. I brought some water by. You have a couple trailers where people are selling sodas and such, kind of trying to take care of their own people down here. And you don't see no discrimination or anything. They're just taking care of their people. And like I said, it doesn't appear to be any fault other than their own. It sounds like the place next door is already filled up, so they have people, they're allowing tents on the street and providing COVID testing, providing health checks and such. The lady told me that they actually had already been tested twice. One person or two people had contracted COVID within their encampment and then were moved away. So it's a pretty terrible situation, and I really do hope that things get better. One more time, I am in downtown Phoenix by the Smurfs White House, investigating and reporting on the homeless encampment down here. It sounds like they are filled up at the place where they can help the people. They're still providing health checks. They're still providing some media level health care, some sort of treatment for temperatures. But it's still time. It's 100 degrees out here, and it's boiling hot. Okay, these people need more help, and they can't be on the streets like that. I gave them some cold water, gave it to them free, of course. Had a guy come up asking if I was selling it. I wasn't selling it. I just give it to him for free. And I just wanted to report on this box. It's kind of something that you don't see typically. So get out there and make sure we're revisiting history.
As you see right here, here's the monument for the Navajo Code Talkers, which were extremely important in the fight against Nazi Germany. I'd really encourage a visit out to this site. It's really amazing out here. Here we are here at the USS Arizona anchor. Should be getting close to the summit now. Thought it was that spot we had pointed to back there, but turns out it may be up a little bit further. Oh my God! Snake. In the last 2 seasons revisiting history, we've been here in the valley investigating the Hohokam culture of the Native Americans and Barry Goldwater, the late senator of Arizona. Here we're actually going to take a look at some of the antiques of Arizona and get into the history a little bit more.
So I'm here at the Brass Armadillo, and usually what you do is you hit this button right here on my corner, and then people would be called over here, and then they'd actually come to these containers and open them up for you so you can get whatever you want out. There's a lot of historical items here, so we're going to take a look. If you look right here, it says RCAF. There's some buttons. It's going to be the Royal Canadian Air Force. So we got that, and we got some over here as well. You can see there's going to be a Confederate envelope with Jefferson Davis on it. Some photos. If you look up here closely, you can see Captain James Cook stamps. That's going to be the gentleman who discovered Hawaii. One of a kind stamps. These are actually really nice. So I almost missed this, and you're not careful. That's the kind of stuff you can miss. But look real carefully. It looks like that's a Russian Empire button, and then slightly to the left we have quite a few political pins. If you look in there, Nixon. We'll get these out in a minute. I just found this, and this would be perfect for the documentary, but $119 right now. A little out of the budget, but real close. I'm the best man for the job, Mr. Goldwater, right? Mr. Conservative. Alright, so I know that I had said that those were the ones in the collection that we weren't going to be able to get, but we saw these ones actually laying independently out, so we did get the Goldwater pins, believe it or not. We finally got them. We found them individually packaged, not locked up in a case, so this is going to be beautiful for the documentary. Look at there, there's a Genesis, Sega, and then here we got a Nintendo as well. So Super Nintendo, all our figurines and stuff, but gaming stuff as well. These are all $2 comics. You can just look through here. You see how many different types of comics there are. X-Men, Silver Surfer, all $2. It's important to note that this place actually has a second floor. Most people probably don't even know that exists. If you come up here, you got some extra little goodies. Nothing inherently historical, but if you look real close, maybe you'll find something. I found that even though most of the historic stuff is kept up in locked cases, you'll find some stuff kind of scattered throughout. I'm out here it's supposed to be at the Salt River, Gila River, where they converge, and it looks like the map says it's supposed to be up in that direction up there. Then we have the Trace Rio Space and Meridian Wildlife Area, Arizona Game and Fish Department. So let's go take a look. And this is close to vehicular access. Welcome to B&M Wildlife Area. The rules. A lot of trash out here, man. A ton of trash. Not even 100% sure where this marker is. I believe it's supposed to be up there. We may not even be able to get to it. It looked like they had the front area pretty well locked off. So, let's take a look. See if we can find this maybe. So this might be a lost cause, but I've since got onto the road that's blocked off to actual physical road traffic. Saw a guy come through with a fishing pole. Who knows if this is the right area or not. We may not even get to it. Like I said, I thought I saw something up there. It said that it might actually be located up there, so we'll keep looking and maybe we'll find it, maybe we won't. Looks like there is I think the Gila River or the Salt River down here, so maybe we'll find it, maybe we won't. A lot less trash though once you get down past the main entrance. Honestly, this road looks like it might go on for forever. You can hear the really loud bugs out here in Arizona. Sound like they're almost hissing from everywhere. I think you can get that a lot down by parts of the white tanks. Not so much typically here. It looks like it's right next to the Basin Wildlife Area. Looks like you might actually be able to get river access through here. No clue where we're at though. This is Basin Meridian Wildlife Area on the map. Some of the white stones. And where the rock is, like I said, you have people coming through here with the Bureau of Land Management in the 1860s. 1865, I believe, was one of the first markings. 1854, I believe there's one prior to that shortly. There's some of this shrubbage. You can actually see the water through there. That shrubbage is going to be indicative of water. So let's get away from there. Again, I don't think we're getting any closer to that Salt River Meridian marker. Oh wow, look at this. All this. Let's get a little bit closer up in here. Here's some of the bushes. It's nice. Come back down this way. A lot of garbage. Hey, somebody bagged it up. Take a look at that. Beautiful. See, there's people out there, over there. It's very nice. Alright, so I didn't find the marker, but I found something much better. Here's the actual Salt River, Gila River confluence. This is where they're going to meet around this area. Didn't expect to get this close to the water, actually. This is pretty nice. Nice drive. I didn't find the marker yet anyways. Nice little river. The river covered over here, people hanging out. Let's take a look at this. That is nice. How about that? Probably nice fishing out here, I could assume. Birds flying overhead. Looks like there's a trail that digs off to the right over here. You might even be able to find the Salt River confluence. So it's telling me, the GPS is saying that the actual confluence is going to be somewhere in there. Probably underneath towards the bridge. Last time I got in there, you can see there's some nasty water under there. Last time I got closer, my phone started giving out, so maybe we'll try and get over there one more time. But this is what it looks like from above. Over here you can see the bridge. That's going to be the stadium. It's like a raceway. And then under there, it's going to be the Salt River and Gila River. So right here, you got lots of graffiti underneath the bridge. Let's go take a look under here, see if we can't find us something interesting. See a little bit of water running underneath there. Take a look under there. Alright, so it's 106 degrees out. I wanted to get this marker, get some pictures of it. Not gonna happen today. So my GPS is telling me it's across the river. Google took me here, so we'll figure out a way to get around it in a cooler time of the year when it's not 106 degrees out. So right now it's too hot, so we'll get back out here, get some photos of this exact location. It's just the specific locations, it's pretty difficult to reach and it's hotter than heck. So we'll get back out here, keep watching, like, subscribe, and enjoy the heck out of history, because I sure do. We'll see you next time.
get out there and revisit some history. I think just exiting out of this video, I think it's important to remark upon the beauty of this place. I mean, just walking out of a valley, this is the first thing I saw was this mountain on top of that hill. And not just that, but the natural human wonders of this place. Right below that mountain, you have a raceway, a giant beautiful raceway that people use. And I mean, it's magnificent, it's huge. So we'll get up there and I'll show a quick video of that too. Those mountains, man. There's the raceway. Lots of big trucks down there. I think we're going to go up towards the front and see if we can find the, there's a guy at a gate up here, so we'll go talk to him, see if we can find the actual marker itself. Might not let us through, but we can at least ask. We did see the rivers, so that's pretty cool. The heat started doing some damage to my GPS, I think, but I have some estimation it might be up that way. I have some estimation the marker might be that way, but pretty good feeling it's up there past the barbed wire, so let's go have a talk. Alright, so we got a little bit more guidance this time, and I think now we're going to find the spot for sure. Because we went up there this time. We actually went all the way down to Gila River. We went out, refueled real quick, and now I'm almost positive I know where we're going. I talked to that gentleman up at the front at the raceway. He was very helpful. I do appreciate that if he ever does find himself watching this. Probably won't, but a very kind gentleman. There's a lot of trash here, man. It's very depressing to see how much trash there is here. Let's see. There's something down there. Loose rock galore. This reminds me of the Veteran Memorial with grasshoppers. Hopefully we don't run into another Gila monster. Fear the Gila. This is almost like you're almost climbing a rock face. It looked like there was a darting back and forth on the map. It's actually going to be a lot more simple if it's not, because that way you're not doing that back and forth elevation grab. This one it's kind of real rapid and then you're there. Now he said, as long as we don't come back down onto the raceway, we're in good legal grounds. And honestly, we're not here for the raceway. Whew, right up the rock. There's the raceway. Bridge, Gila River. Parking down there. Steep, 104 degrees, man. Whew. Wraps around the mountain or hill, Monument Hill. This is gonna be Monument Hill, so for what it's worth, I think there's only like one monument, but those mountains, man. There's the raceway. Lots of big trucks down there. Must have an event coming up. Cacti filled in the trail. Nice stairway over here. hardly a trail anymore. All right, there it is. 1870, imagine that.
Park. Here's the actual map that we're taking a look at. It's actually not really well marked on online, so I had to print this one out on the Buckeye website. It seems like the most information you're going to find is going to be on the Buckeye website, but we're actually looking at the quartz mine, hopefully. That's going to take us up to either the Crest Summit, or that will take us up to the Javelina Summit, which is a little bit longer, but it'd be fun to get to. Unfortunately, it looks like it is pretty poor weather out today. It looks like it's raining pretty hard, so we're going to see if we can wait this out and hopefully get some hiking out there. Alright, so we're still out here, and it looks like it's a pretty big, decent park. Got restrooms here. Again, you got over here the equestrian area, if you like, if you're into riding horses and things of that nature. So welcome over here. Park regulations, very important to know. Again, pretty standard. I think that's usually how they are. Back over here is going to be a bridge. It's going to be some sort of access bridge. I was looking on the map. Here's a nice little riverbed, kind of like we have over at the White Tanks. Again, pretty standard. They'll post the maps. We are right there, so logically the quartz mine should be over that way, but let's take a look at this bridge first. It's pretty nice. You got the sun peeking through right now. Again, like I said, a lot of rain just happened like literally minutes ago, so the ground's still wet. Hopefully we can avoid the lightning if possible. I did see some of that on the way here. Lots of exciting stuff this season. Snakes, lightning, good stuff. Let's go up over here. Got this bridge. Again, quartz mine trail should be that direction. So I'll take a look in a minute and verify that for sure. This bridge, wow. It's a nice distance down. Again, you can see, looks like horse tracks down there. I guess it makes sense. You have equestrian, you have pretty solid bridge. Got bolts on here. Nothing to be concerned about. Alright, let's go take a look. Alright, so here's going to be the first actual bit of guidance I've seen. Not bad. I mean, it's kind of hard to see, but you got the quartz mine to the left. Parking lot connector to the right. We're going to go to the quartz mine, so we're going to go left. Let's go do it. Lots of rock that these rocks would be perfect for actually the petroglyphs we see at other places. It's got that varnish on top, that desert varnish that's gonna actually it's gonna be perfect for carving in that kind of petroglyph that we talk about. So we're on the Quartz Mine Trail at the Skyline Regional Park. Skyline Regional Park, Quartz Mine Trail, here we are. Again, man, lots of bugs. I thought that maybe the rain would keep us at least relatively situated with some of these bugs, but I guess beggars can't be choosers. Glad we got to hike it all with the rain. At the very least, it's dampened the temperature. It's a lot cooler than it was on the White Tanks Trail. It's also about 80 degrees though. 80 degrees in Phoenix, you cannot complain about that at all. Especially heading towards the summertime. It's gonna get warm.
got two options for summiting. We have the summit. It's going to be hanging off to the left. Waterson Overlook. Sure. Why not, right? Might as well. Waterson Overlook, here we come. 0.15 miles, can't beat that. Nothing to complain about. Another thing about this park is the signal. It's just poor signal. Granted, you're in nature, you want to enjoy that, but if you depend on communication, man, forget about it. Oh, wow. Look at that. And that's just the beginning. Man. Beautiful. Let's take a look down here. Make sure there's no snakes. Now, I'm no animal person, but I think the rain should help to get rid of some of the big critters, for at least a little bit. So we should be going down there, I think. That's where it should take us. This one looks like it's a dead end, but we'll take it anyway. Gotta be careful of these little outcrops. Lots of bees, we saw that online. One takes you down. We want to go up. I want to go up. So we're going to backtrack this real quick. Here's a cactus. See the insides of that. It's pretty interesting. If you've never seen one. Up. This place has those steep inclines, but man, these paths are nice. Very good. You could get these with a stroller if you wanted to. An all-terrain stroller, but very well kept for. This park's so underrated, it's ridiculous. And I've only been here a short period of time. Wow. These views, man. Let's go. Waterson Overlook, here we come. Almost there. Alright, now, maybe not a stroller up here, but the rest of the hike is, wow. Lots of places for snakes to hide. Lots of them. Here we are. Waterson Overlook. That's phenomenal. Phenomenal. Wow. Back over there is where we started. Equestrian. Now we are at Waterson Overlook. So this trail difficulty moderate. It's 0.15 miles. You're going up though, so keep that in mind. That's the entryway. And the rest is kind of self-explanatory. Here we are. at the top of Watson Overlook. It's a good start. Let's go. Alright, I went to go live stream and realized that they raised up the threshold. Maybe I should get Instagram instead of YouTube. So anyways, we're up here. Watson Overlook. It's the first stop of this journey. We're going to go ahead and continue this on and hopefully get to summit some of these mountains. Let's get at it. Let's go revisit some history. Not a lot of people on this trail. It's been pretty quiet. Seen a couple people at the beginning over by the equestrian. Seen a couple people on the actual trail. Whoa, look at that. If that doesn't look like a snake slithering, I don't know what does. Like I said, we only had rain a couple minutes ago, so we may have company shortly. Again, you'll always see things about, oh, the trails are not well marked. I don't buy into that. Typically, again, you want to make sure before you get deep on a trail that it is well marked, but even just the small wood post, it should be enough as long as you're paying good attention to where you're going. And that might be the white tanks, but that also might be an ignorant remark. I'm not sure. See, we're going up towards the entrance. I think one of the summits are going to be up over this way. Javelina summit. A couple more. Whew. So it looks like you might be able to even park over near the entrance and then cut over to Javelina Summit instead of parking near the main entrance. But then you don't get the lookout. I think so far that's been the most rewarding element of this hike. That lookout we saw over there. It's interesting seeing that snake track though, man. I don't think I've ever seen a snake track before. Getting out here has really given me some new outlooks, new perspectives on the environment. There's a lot of critters. A lot of critters out here. Getting the trail marker up here. I'll get close to a mile. Over there's the entrance. There's a car parked in that area. Nice little riverbed over there. It's prime hunting ground for pot hunters. People looking for old Hohokam pottery or other artifacts that may have washed throughout the decades. So we've got a split over here. So, oh man, you know what? If I were intelligent, no, that's the parking lot connector. That takes you all the way back to where we just came from, actually. So we're still on the quartz mine trail then. Looks like it dips down. Looks like you could make it over there potentially. I mean, right across the entrance. Just walk right across. Save you the time. I don't know how rugged it is. Probably not much worse than this. Maybe a little bit of steep ground to cover. Stop the video for a second. Flip up onto the Instagram and lost the footage of the giant lizard. Man, that's how these things go. It's all momentary, just like history. If you don't take advantage of it the second, then it's gone, you know? Half the time I feel like maybe I shouldn't even bring the camera out because of the degree it takes away from the actual what I'm seeing, but I feel like sharing it with the world is more important than my full attention. Of course, I give it enough attention to where I don't get snapped on the leg by a rattlesnake, but on the same hand, I like to share this with the world and give them a reason to get out here. You know, most kids think they don't like the outdoors, they think they like video games more. That's because they've never had the chance to get out and see what the alternative is. Was there an alternative to Fortnite? Is there an alternative to Fallout? And the answer is yes, there's alternatives. In the world where things have never been safer, get out there and see it yourself, man. Don't see it from a digitized screen on your couch. Even my videos, these are, get out there and see the real world. There's another outcrop up there. Maybe some petroglyphs, probably not though. I didn't see anything about them on here. Last time we went off trail to see some petroglyphs, regretted it dearly. Hey look, the equestrians have been here. Let's get a hustle on this trail. Hey, dead fly. Just bugs and a humongous lizard so far. If I see a snake the size of that lizard, though, we're in trouble. It's a good sized lizard. Here we go, down into the valley again. The rock is entirely different from over at the White Tanks. There's the innards of the cactus. Alright, so we've gotten to a point where I can actually see over the hill. This is where we've come from behind me. You can kind of see the trail winding back. And then this is the other side of that. So it kind of winds back down. Let's go take a look and see what's on the other side. Still no petroglyphs, nothing like that. I'm starting to think maybe there's nothing here. Maybe the Hohokam stayed to the White Tanks. Maybe the White Tanks had a meeting that weren't necessary here, right? We know, but for sure I haven't seen any. I'm also not going to wander too far off. Find them, but I get some outcrops. Paying attention, still nothing that I can see. You know, they're observing the petroglyphs. So take a look, keep a lookout for them. It probably doesn't help that the desert varnish on these ones exposes a kind of darker rock, whereas the granite, it's bright white underneath. You can see up here, this would be a perfect example of where they would be due to the elevated location, the fact that it does have that desert varnish. It does not appear to have a single petroglyph from where I'm at. Maybe as I wind the corner I can see something, but nope. There's something, but it's graffiti. Just graffiti. Get some elevation here. Glad we stuck it out through the rain and actually got to see some stuff. It'd have been a bummer driving out here. It might be the summit, who knows? I don't think so though. Seems awfully low. Let's see where we're at. Just give us an update. So that's where we are, it says. Not bad. Look at that, that's beautiful. You can see that cloud moving through the valley. That's beautiful, man. You cannot get that anywhere else. Maybe it's not crestline. Alright, down the road. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. Alright, so since we went over that hill, it's gotten a little bit more rugged. The terrain kind of sweeps up over the mountain, and then we're going at a bit of an incline, so a little bit tougher terrain. Saw the first lady that I've actually seen, first person I've seen in quite some distance, so shows you how remote this trail can be. But should be getting close to the summit now. Thought it was that spot we had pointed to back there, but turns out it may be up a little bit further. Oh my god! Oh my god! I don't know what the f that is. No, what the head out at me as I was walking by, and he looked scared, about as scared as I am, so we're gonna keep going. Whew! Never seen one of those. May sound like an idiot, but I think it might be a Gila monster. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. Woo-hoo! That was more than I had thought we were gonna get there, so. All right, I'm gonna keep walking. Just to show you how much it's shifted, the terrain is a little bit different now. Not quite the easy stuff we saw earlier. Let's keep going. First half, pretty cake. Second half, a little harder. We're gonna have to come back another day and summit then. Again, long way to walk to that, actually getting to the top, but man, we were close. We'll come back and give us a reason to be spot when you get to the top of Monster. Man, this wind is getting crazy. I'm not getting hit with the monster right now. Wrong place, wrong time. So, our stuff, man. We have new stuff out. This new season is revisiting history, bigger and better than ever before. New places, a lot more energy involved. So, please subscribe. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys. Alright, so I'm here at the Hampton Inn Suites in Goodyear, and there's supposed to be a museum here, supposedly. So I'm going to go ahead and try and figure out where that's at. I think I found it. I think I did. I found it. Alright, if you look here, you got all kinds of documentaries for sale. You got a DVD list. And then these are going to be the Soldiers' Bibles from the Confederate versus the Union. If you look, you can see the kind of minute differences in between them. I'll include some photos in the... These two artifacts right here, if you think about them, they were both existing when Abraham Lincoln was still alive. That's pretty remarkable. Alright, if you look over there, there's some display cases with Bibles in them. There's a ton of Bibles throughout these display cases of different eras.
different styles. And then if you look over here, they have some stuff for sale. If you look real closely, they actually have a book by Don Callahan, the guy who runs the place. It's called The Apocrypha. Hopefully we can get that and maybe actually come down here and interview him about the book, see what he has to say, keep following this lead. So make sure you guys like, subscribe. It always helps us in the analytics, and keep revisiting history. So it's a pretty nice Bible museum hidden in this hotel. It's actually really pretty comprehensive, got a lot of stuff going on here. Like I said, you can compare Bibles. They actually have historical documentation. Looks like they have a spot back here as well. I believe that they do have people who come here, and actually they'll give you a walkthrough of the place if you schedule in advance, I believe. Maybe we'll try and call and get an actual videotape presentation, because this place is really beautiful, and it's a gem in Goodyear. I think a lot of people don't know a lot about Goodyear. Check out the last video about the Brass Armadillo, another nice place we went to. Come here though, it's really cool. Check it out. All right, so we got down here to the Bible Museum. We got to see the place one more time, got to make sure we saw everything before we start moving on. Definitely want to get that Apocrypha, get down here and maybe even interview Mr. Callahan himself, see what he has to say. It's a really nice museum. It's got a really beautiful setup. Definitely encourage anybody to come out here, check it out. Support the dream, support history. So let's get out there, revisit some history. All right, so we just talked to the guy at the Bible Museum, Don Callahan, and he said that we got to do groups of 8 or more, but other than that, he said he'd be more than willing to give us an interview. So we got to get a group together. We'll come out here and we'll get revisiting history, right? Let's do this. All right, so as promised, we picked it up, the Apocrypha. I'm gonna take a look at it, hopefully get what we can out of it, and maybe get back here and interview him. That'd be awesome. Today we are here at actually Sun City, and if you look behind me, we're gonna see a church. That's actually not why we're here. We're gonna take a look at something else here in a second. So most people don't know that this is actually gonna be a location called Marinette. It's a ghost town that used to be here in the area. I guess in some ways it's been known to be in Youngtown now. It's in some other locations, but the general idea is that it was a city here that is no longer here. If you look over here, it's going to be the actual historic marker for Marinette. It says the unincorporated town of Marinette, Arizona existed in this area prior to 1920 until 1957, when the United States Post Office serving the town was moved to Youngtown, Arizona. Marinette owned and operated the Southwest Cotton Company and symbolized the importance that played by the cotton industry in the early development of the state. So dedicated in 1985, and again, it's right here outside of this location. But this is the actual marker for Marinette, and it's going to be a pretty important area here in the city itself. There's actually a book out about the people who worked at the historical marker. It's called Los Campos, the camps of the Litchfield Park, and records some of the history. Existed. This actual city, Marinette, existed from 1920 to about 1957, and comprised from about here to Youngtown. That Del would actually went out here and would create the city later on, called Sun City. So this is created by Del Webb, Sun City. That marker is going to be basically the only thing left over of what was known to be the city of Marinette. It was mostly a work town. People who worked in the actual cotton industry would basically live here, work here, and then the city collapsed after that, but did become part of Youngtown. Basically, other couple towns did become part of this area, and now that marker is all that's really left over. So this is the site. Now if you look over there in the distance, way over there, you can see kind of a railroad, and that's where you're going to see some of these the depot would have been over there. Now the actual depot location is actually going to be in a weird spot now. It's been transported over to the McCormick Stillman Park in Scottsdale. We're actually going to go over there and probably hopefully get a look at that and see what kind of condition it's in. We've been there before. I just don't recall exactly which building it is. We'll get over there and take a look. But that's going to be the actual railroad that brought this place to life. Of course, it's been refurbished and changed a little bit, but this is the location over there. So if you look over here, you can't see right now, there's a fence over here. I'm over here by Surprise now. If you look over this way, you're going to see the Estrella Park mountain range. And if you look right up here ahead, go ahead and you can see the white tanks up ahead. If you look real closely, there's actually a white cap on top from the snow we had recently. It's real cool if you look real closely. It's kind of hard to tell. Maybe I'll be able to see the waterfall trail running when I'm there. This is beautiful. All right, so today we are here at the White Tanks Park,
and this is going to be the waterfall trail we're going to take a look at here today. This is just the first grounds that you get off at whenever you finally get to the park. Today we're here. It's about the beginning of summer. It's about 90 degrees out here. Not terrible. We got some restrooms up here, so at least you have some amenity. You got trash for dogs. In case you have your animal out here, you got to take care of that. Waterfall trail, 1 mile, not very bad at all. Barrier-free, interpretive. So this is nice. You got some stuff that's blooming over here on the trail. Different type of cactus, cheeseweed, poppy. Some nice stuff over here. Some of the animals on the trail over here. Lots of animals over here. Lots of different wildlife out here. It's a nice park, very beautiful. Let's go take a look at this map so you get an idea of where we're at. There's a waterfall canyon. Black rock loop trail is going to come off of that. It's going to take you a different area. About halfway up, you got Petrogrove Plaza. That's going to be where it breaks off and comes onto Black Rock Loop Trail. It's a pretty nice trail, pretty easy. I'd say Waterfall Canyon's probably going to be a little bit harder, especially up towards the top. It's going to be this kind of trail for most of it until it breaks off at the very top, and you're going to have a little bit of unpaved pathway. So you can see it's very beautiful out here. Lots of wildlife. Let's get to it. Like I said, the whole point of visiting history is we want to get you out here, get you excited about history, and get you out here visiting it yourself. Come out here and visit this place out here by surprise. I know one of the trails said it's out by here, Waddell, but right out here by Surprise, Arizona. Very, very beautiful area. Like I said, about 90-something degrees out today. Not terrible. It doesn't feel, some places you get 90 degrees. It's going to be 90 degrees of heat. Here it's dry 90, so it's not terrible. So our first placard coming up here. It's going to tell you about the wildlife here, the fauna of the park. Some more cacti. The further you get in here, you're going to see more and more petroglyphs. Now you see those rocky outcrops up there. That's where you're going to find most of your petroglyphs at. I was here with my students not too long ago, and I was pointing out one of the very obvious grinding stones off to the side. Hopefully we'll see that. If not, I'll include some photos. But yeah, and you see as you get up into here, you're going to basically crawl right up into that mountain. The trail gets you to the waterfall, and it should be pretty dry right now. There's a lizard. Let's see it. But anyways, something small. Let's go out here. It's the mountain. It's got some contrails up there. Sun's out burning bright. It's a beautiful trail though. It's very, very easy, very accessible. If you've seen the Veterans Memorial Trail we've done, that one is, at least last time we were there, it was a little bit harder to do. It wasn't an easy trail by any means. It's very easy to fall and get hurt, especially because of the loose rocks. Hopefully we'll get out there soon and check that out again, see if it's been updated or fixed at all. So there's some of those beautiful outcrops. Of course, it'd be a pain to get up there, but very, very beautiful. And most people don't know these mountains are filled with history. The amount of Hohokam remnants from these sites they're basically everywhere. Stop for a second. Just take a look at this. Absolute beauty of this environment. nice little benches everywhere up here. It's not one of those. Some of the more remote ones, they're not going to have any of that. I mean, this is literally within, you know, a couple yards. Got a second bench, so nice dedications to people. Only $7 to get into this park, so not bad. You know, not bad. Pretty good deal. Then you have access to this. Like I said, this is the most accessible one. The Ford Dam, which hopefully we'll get to soon, is going to be a little bit harder. Not quite an easy trail. So, another lizard right here. So, lots of wildlife. Maybe we'll see some snakes if we're lucky today. I know the heat can definitely help with that. I'm no science teacher, but I know that can aid with some of the processes. Here, these trees in full bloom. I know that hasn't been real good for the people with allergies in the area. That pollen. Get further up into here. It's gonna keep twisting and turning. Eventually, like I said, when we get to Petroglyph Plaza, then you'll know we're halfway. And yeah, I know sometimes people will look over the cacti in the area just because we have so much of it, but get out toward even the outskirts of Arizona, some stuff starts disappearing like crazy. You really see it as you get into Phoenix. It all starts popping up. Some very tall cacti. It's got to be close to 20 feet tall. Again, some more of the cacti in full bloom. Some yellow little roses on top of them. Not roses, but flowers. Here's one that we'll get a nice look at here. See it. Very, very beautiful. We don't get this look very often, but very nice. All right, so in the distance up here, you can see Petroglyph Plaza. Getting very close, and then you can see the washes over here. Those are up here most of the trail as well. Now you can see a lot of these stones are going to be made of either granite or gneiss, and some of them are actually combination. Here's the grinding stone. This is the grinding stone I talked about. That we talked about. I mean, it's very, very obvious. You can see that there's been some wear and tear. Just sitting here on the side. Granted, it's right here by Petroglyph Plaza, so I guess that's fitting. But one of the things about the rock is that it's mostly a combination of gneiss and granite. Let's take a look at that. It's usually a combination of that, somewhere in between. But these rocks are going to be covered in an iron varnish called desert varnish that the Hohokam are going to use to actually ship in some of the petroglyphs. Here's a little bit of information about it. Get more up here is the cacti. You look real close back there. I'll include some better photos that are a little bit zoomed in. There's the petroglyph back there. The lighting is a little bit funky, but that rock right there, it's got one that cuts across the center. And then up here to the right, whole different level. You can get real close to it and see it. Probably a little too close for my honest comfort. I feel like there's probably too many people who have too much access to it, honestly. And you might be able to see some of the wear and tear, and who really knows how much of this is actually vandalized versus petroglyph. But you can see up here, over here on the far left, the squiggly lines. A lot of that means water. They also have the snake god of Anu that's going to look more like a snake that you'll see up here on some of these outcrops. There's more outcrops. Like I said, the other trail is going to break off right there, and It's a really nice one of a Vanyu over there, but some more petroglyphs right here. Look more, like I said, up on these large rocky outcrops is where you're going to see a lot of it. Again, you don't want to be crawling up there a lot right now because, again, you're going to see a lot of snakes up in those outcrops as well. Look over here. Again, it says, got lots of warnings, but look back up in there, you see another one, and then even further back, you're going to see a really detailed outcrop. Has a ton of them. Again, I'll include some more photos that are a little more detailed. Beautiful sky again. 90 something degrees ain't too bad right now. And again, like I said, this is a little bit cooler. The mountain is going to be generally a little bit cooler than the city. Of course, the city at this point has become a giant baking pan, and it's a lot cooler out here. Again, that's going to break off to the other trail. If you come up this way, it's going to be the top of the outcrop. There's going to be more to the left and right. Again, I'll probably miss some right now, but if you can see that desert tarnish right here, generally that's what's going to be where you find the petroglyphs for the most part. Most of the petroglyphs. Lots of cactus. You can see it there. Come up over this hill. Pretty windy, not bad though. It feels good. I'm not complaining. I said not bad for the temperature. And $7 day pass. I know today they have another event. They have an event going on that is going to showcase some astronomical stuff. They'll have a whole bunch of stuff here, so we'll hopefully get to see that. Sorry about the interruption. I had a phone call, and that's one thing, now that I bring it up, I think most people don't realize is the connection we have with technology nowadays, and that's another story. But the fact that I'm way out here, not way out here, but I'm out here and I can receive a phone call, it can be disturbing. Look at that, all that granite. Beautiful riverbed. Just stay on trail, venomous animals. Again, like I said, maybe we'll be lucky, maybe we'll see something cool, but even then I got some video. I'm not sure if we even was able to see the lizards. The lighting is pretty crazy right now. I hear the birds out here, that beautiful granite right next to us. I know the Ford Dam, I saw some video earlier, I was trying to scout it out. Looks like you're hiking a riverbed at least a portion of the time. I don't know how pleasant that'll be, but should be somewhat pleasant, right? Looks like it was a little bit exciting. Be able to broadcast that to you guys and get you guys excited about history. Here's another beautiful blooming cacti flower. It's amazing. Only way to see this is to get out here and be a part of it. That's why I always tell the kids, you got to get out here, you got to be part of history to recognize the significance, honestly. Otherwise, it's either a series of stories about old dead people, or some story that's only meant to be a precautionary tale a million miles away. And it's more than that, it is. Lots of little trails that split off here to the side. On some of the trails, I know there's a couple petroglyphs that are going to be accessible. Again, like I said, a little too accessible for my taste on these trails. But look at that. Speaking of which, wow, look at that. It's beautiful. Generally speaking, we don't know a lot about what they mean, but there's a few that have been interpreted, and there's a few that we think we have some understanding of. Go a little bit uphill. Again, like you said, the trail has since ended. We're now on dirt road. A little bit of an incline, not bad. This outcrop goes way up there. some more up here on the right, I think. Coming up towards the tank. Now, early on, I asked a bunch of my students, I said, why do you think it's called the white tanks? And they don't know about the geology or anything, and they said, well, there's a tank up there, and I know people shoot it sometimes. And, you know, great answer, very smart, but not what I was looking for. It's actually because of the geology, but very good. Yes, we're gonna see that up here soon. We're gonna see that actual white tank. Some more petroglyphs over here, actually. Oh, snake. There's a snake in there. Woof! All right, petroglyph again. I will I'll link that. We'll link that. Link those photos. It'd be great to get a nice shot of that snake, but I also would prefer to leave here without any bites today. It's two lizards and a snake. Not bad. Not bad. It's more than I typically see. Don't forget that. Nice outcrop here. If you look over here to the side, beautiful shot of the granite down here in this spot. Again, magnificent views. Again, you can see a little bit of it while you're walking. Majority of it's going to be over here in this riverbed, though. Beautifully polished by the water and the rainfall. All right. Nice and cool up here. Nice little outcrop over here. Let's go take a look. Again, you want to watch out these outcrops because there be critters. Critters be out here. So see a little bit of petroglyph right up in there. Get out there, you can probably see more. A lot of these little outcrop areas, like I said, a lot of attraction by the Native Americans for petroglyphs, but also, you know, there may be a reason. Maybe they're trying to tell us there's snakes here. You know, stay away. Not that it's that out of the normal. They lived here for, you know, almost 1,000 years, over 1,000 years, and made canals that we still use today throughout this valley. Most people don't know that. The valley is, wow, look at that. Lizard. More wildlife, I'm telling you. Gotta be careful. Petroglyphs, beautiful, amazingly beautiful. This heat, man, I'll tell you, it's not only unpleasant for human beings, but man, does it bring out the animals. Holy cow. I don't think I've ever seen this many critters out here. And I'm being loud too. I'm not just walking around silent. I'm making a little bit of noise out here and stomping around. All right, that's gonna be, again, another amazingly beautiful sight up there. Lots of petroglyphs. It's hard to tell. Again, there's the tank we were talking about. Lots of like heavy caliber, you know, well, maybe the rust, I can't tell, but it's been hit with some gunfire for sure. Dented at least. Let's go up here and get a better angle at these petroglyphs. Lizard! Another lizard, man. Look up there. Beautiful petroglyphs. Let's keep going. Let's get into this. Further you get up in here, the cooler it gets. Nice and cool right about now. Some birds. There's Vanya. Look. That's the snake god right there. That's the one I was talking about. It's their snake god of Vanu. He is the god of water. I know within Central America, South America, same thing. You have the snake god. And again, you know, where have we seen snakes, right? That surely connects in some way. But it's no coincidence that throughout Central and South America, same thing, snake god. Right, you got the Quetzalcoatl down very south, Vanu. I know there's a series of snake gods. Wow, this is just magnificent. Had some rainfall this year, so the trees are looking nice and healthy and green. You know, imagine hiking through here and around the time of Christ, time of Jesus Christ, and you know, there's no technology, all the same threats, all the same problems, falling rock, snakes. And the difference is that we're talking about the Huakam. They lived here. They really did this. A lot of these rocks, very heavy. Probably the same stones that were here around that time. Now, this is one area that upsets me because of the graffiti and the damage to this rock. You know, you can see real petroglyphs over here, up here. They're throughout here. And just to see them damaged, this is something we can never get back. Again, some more stairs. A little more tricky for people who can't walk well, but again, not too terrible for those who can. Lots of bugs, lots of bugs. I think we got some water maybe. Beautiful little space in here. Look how high that goes up. So that cactus up there's got to be 15, 20 feet. Looks small because it's far up. Over here, more crawl spaces. Look at these large stones, man. Thousands of pounds for sure. This is the area up into the waterfall, and it looks pretty stagnant from what I see. So, that's a giant grasshopper. Look up in there. Nice and green. Not running today. I'll include a photo where it is. So, that's going to be the whole hike from the beginning to the end, and this is really the beauty right here. Is the very tip top is when you get up to this overarching area. You can hear my voice echoing throughout these mountains. It's just amazing, magnificent, magnificently beautiful. And that's just the combination of geology over the years, millions of year process where the gneiss and the stone is pushed through the ground, and then it's covered in this tarnish. It's varnish that's then used as basically artwork and communication for the Hohokam. So that's going to be it. Avoid the animals. Be careful. Watch where you're walking, and try not to get off trail too much. Like I said, that falling rock is going to be a serious issue. Along with the snakes. Again, first time I've seen snakes, but they are out here. I've seen them myself now. Hopefully I'll get the video. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like our channel, and you know, enjoy the rest of the stuff. We got some audiobooks. We got more stuff coming. A lot of really good stuff.
Today we're here at the Litchfield Historical Society. Hopefully we can get some of the artifacts and stuff that we had hoped to. This is what they, this is the cast iron pan. It's pretty heavy. This is how they grinded the coffee back then. Let's see. You turn this here knob and it would grind, and then you look down here on the bottom shelf and you have the coffee grinds. This would be an actual, this would be an ice box. Open this up top, you got your ice. And down below you got your goods. So I'm told this is a piece of glass from Reagan's actual limousine. You can see how thick it was at the time. But look at the other side how transparent it is. This is pretty amazing. This is at the Historical Society. If you look over here, they said that this is going to be a cotton bag used by the actual laborers out in Litchfield at the time. They would use these bags to collect all the cotton. Alright, so I'm here at the Deer Valley Petroglyph Preserve. Let's go see some petroglyphs. Here we are at the Deer Valley Petroglyph Preserve. If you look behind me, it's about a half-mile trail. It's going to take us out about half a mile. We're going to flip around. It's going to take us back in about another half a mile. They got some pretty cool artifacts and stuff inside. Get out here and check out the trail. It's really awesome. If you look real closely here, you're going to see a snake-shaped one. That's going to be a Von Ute. Here's another spiral petroglyph if you want to take a look. There's one here. There's going to be one over there. All right, so if you look carefully here, we're at the mock archaeological dig. And these actual strings are going to be used to mark off the different blocks so that way they can start to excavate the area. I may be kind of butchering the actual science behind it, but that's what these ropes are going to be used for. If you look closely here, there's going to be the grinding stones. These grinding stones are actually used to grind up the food in pre-contact times. It says, "Please stay on trail, rattlesnake habitat." Alright, so if you look up here behind me, it's kind of a short trail, but this is where most of the actual petroglyphs are going to be. You got some of them located way up there towards the top, some are about in the center. I'll try and dub in some of those footage in the pictures as well. Again, the quality's a little bit blurry because they're pretty far away, but I did get a couple of them, so take a look. Thank you for watching. If you look close up here, you can see what looks like two deers up here on this one. I think that may be where the place gets its name from, is the Deer Valley Petroglyph Preserve. All in all, not a bad trail though. Like very short trail. Ran by ASU, so if you are an ASU student, you get in free. Highly recommend that. But the petroglyphs are kind of hard to see, hard to access. Some of them are pretty worn out, so just keep that in mind if you are here. But come out here, get out here, visit it. It's a beautiful location.
Still, I wondered about that sign out front. An active new way of life. What's the new way of life?
The best way to answer that is to show you. Tomorrow morning, right after breakfast, we'll give you a grand tour.
Great.
Alright, so here we are in Sun City, and ideally we're going to go see the Sun City Museum. It's going to be right over here to my left. So let's go ahead and take a look. Got like a old Sun City cart. Some of the cars they drive around here. Golf cart. This is donated. Got a lot of these driving around Sun City. And then the Historic Register of Places. Sun City, Arizona officially opened on January 1st, 1960 as the world's first master planned active adult retirement community developed by Delbert Webb. I'm cover him some more later on. Alright, here we are. It says History of Sun City, founded 1960.
We got a tip that there may actually be some memorials over here for Del Webb. We're over here at the Visitor Center in the Bell Sun City Bell Visitor Center. Alright, so here we're looking at the map. We are right over here, and it's a pretty big area. Alright, there he is, the man himself, Del Webb. Basically the builder of the city. Built the city and the area around it. Del Webb Statue Committee. Actually says something on there. Cool little marker here. It says to commemorate the 30th anniversary of the Agua Fria chapter. And then you come up here, it says Daughters of the American Revolution 50th anniversary 1961 2011. So pretty interesting. Wow. World War II veteran, Arizona's Veteran Hall of Fame. What you leave behind is not what is engraved in stone monuments, but is woven into the lives of others. Isn't that the truth? Last but not least, we have a reproduction of the Liberty Bell. From what I understand, you can actually ring at certain times of the year. I'm not going to do that because I'm not trying to have any issues. Looks like somebody put a marking on it. This is it though. Let's see if it's got that infamous crack on it. Oh, there it is. Let's see right there. Alright, so today we are in a town called Morristown. And this city actually lays in between the city of Wickenburg and Whitman. So there's the Morristown post office, you can see. This is where we're parked at. Try not to get anything nice in my tires right now. That building over there that you see is why we're here. That building is going to be the oldest building in Morristown. Going back to 1899. That's a old building. We're going to try and get close to it and take a look. Let's get up here. Walking on the side of the road. Trying to see this thing. It's kind of a drive to get out here, but man, this is a truly a gem to see because of its age. Some nice squirrels around here. Try not to get ran over in the process. Alright, here it is. This is going to be the Morristown Hotel from 1899. Nice and boarded up, but this is a very old building. You can see it's all shuttered. 2 stories. Kind of see there's a little bit of crawl space underneath. It's like little for sale signs hanging off the top. Very clear, no trespassing, cameras in use. So this is a fantastic site. If anybody is interested in purchasing this site, look at that, for sale. Historic location. I always hate to see these historical locations in such dilapidated conditions, but I mean, you think about this, 1899, people were staying in this location, pretty bustling area, in between a lot of major cities. So here it looks like people use this place to party sometimes. Looks like there might have been a fire on the back porch here. Look at that. Porch up there, air vents, some cacti. Looks like they got a makeshift fence off over here. Some binding up the side of the building. And some lighting fixtures even still attached right there. Yep, this is the 1899 Morristown Hotel, over 100 years, still standing today. although not in the best condition. Now, make sure you guys go to our website, down in the link in the description. If you guys want to find our photos, archive video, we have it all available for free for you, for your enjoyment, for your use. And then also we have merchandise coming as well. If you guys want to get out here and revisit some history, you can contact us, and maybe we can get together and do this as a tour. So, but this is going to be the 1899 Morristown Hotel, 100 years old, over 100 years old. So let's get some photos and wrap this thing up. Get out there and revisit some history. Just noticed off in the distance over there, you can see it says Charles Cabins. Again, looks like it's a little dated, but that's okay. This hotel right here, 100 years old. This is the reason we're here. This is why we revisit history, because after time, these things start to disappear. We have to keep recording them, keep getting better records, and even hoping to try and bolster them, make them better in the future. All right, so big tip visiting this place. I would definitely park down at the USPS if you ever want to come check this place out. There's just, the parking lot's kind of questionable as whether there's nails. Definitely a lot of glass, but you know, you don't want to get a nail in your tire out here and then have to figure out how to get yourself back there to fix it. So, like I said, watch out for nails. But other than that, this is a beautiful location. I didn't see anybody hanging around the inside of the location. It's pretty well locked up, and then on top of that, they also have no trespassing signs and cameras everywhere. So, but yeah, man, it's a beautiful site. Over 100 years old. Get out here and check it out. So it looks like as you're coming into the Hassayampa River Preserve, you can even just grab one of these and then get one out. See what it has to say in it. Coming off of the 60, the Hassayampa is going to be a quick turn right through there, and then you come right up this road, and then it's going to take you down there. So here we are at the actual, I think the visitor center is going to be down there. Got some parking, visitor center. Got bathrooms, you got storage, and then also additional RV parking. We saw a grave site up that way I want to go check out. Hopefully get a year on that and see how far this place goes back to. But this is it, Hassayampa River Preserve, also known as the Garden of Allah for its beauty. If you look over there, they had a sign that said Friends of Hassayampa. It looks like they're really doing a beautiful job out here of getting all the foliage and all the local plants out here. You can hear the cicadas, I think, in the trees. Let's just say over here, in memory of tragic events. This tree is one of the 5 trees of the saguaro planted by the Nature Conservancy of Arizona and is living tribute to the lives lost that day as a celebration of diversity. I wonder what happened. Wow, that's amazing. Let's go over here. Let's see down here, you got a nice resting place, some chairs. There's some metal decorations of some of the local animals, quail. Very beautiful area though. Let's cross through here. Oh wow. It looks like we have a grinding stone. It looks like it's actually been used recently. Usually you take the rock and you grind up the materials to make some sort of maize or bread or some sort of mash that you can cook. Here's a agave plant, a metal agave plant. And then of course some chairs out of memory. Beautiful place, man. This is really done up. It's amazing out here. Garden of Allah. Makes sense now. They have some very beautiful exhibits at this location. You can even pick up some of these and let's see this creature. This is marked unknown, but it's got these very sharp teeth. If you look closely, this is actually what it looks like when a snake sheds its skin. Alright, so coming out of the visitor center, you got one that branches off that way. That's how you get out. Look at this shade. It's so shaded. These palm trees are over 100 years old. These were put here by the guy who ended up farming this place to begin with. These trees are gigantic. You can't even tell, I mean, how large these things are. They go, these are much larger than any kind of palm trees I've seen in the Phoenix area. At least they're humongous. The leaves are almost bigger than I am. Just to show how big this tree is, it's much larger than me. Go ahead and pan up. Show the top of the canopy. You can see it's way up there. It's not even close to where I'm at. Now pan back down. I mean, this thing has to be what, I can't even judge. It's humongous, and there's more of them. There's several of them. And this is why they called it Allah, because whenever they first got here, it looks like the Garden of Allah. All right, so we continue down the trail again. These palm trees are massive palm trees. This is a Nature Conservancy. Give a little bit of information on that. Continue down this pathway. They said that they actually don't have a lot of mosquito problems here. We've had a lot of West Nile issues in the valley recently, but it sounds like they have a pretty good way of dealing with that. And you can see these trees, they just hang over. That one looks like it's tipped over, but it's still, I mean, these trees are just massive, massive, massive trees. It looks like the guy who brought it here is a mulberry. It's a mulberry, I guess, tree here. He brought all kinds of plants that shouldn't be able to survive here, they were telling me at the front. Strawberries, mulberries, and it looks like this place just took off, man. I'm wondering if it created this type of oasis, or if this oasis just simply was already here. We got another turn up here. It's a pretty intuitive path. I feel like if you follow the trail, you're most likely to get there. Pretty warm out though. It's about 100 degrees in Arizona. I like to come back here in the winter and enjoy it for real. So to Visitor Center, Palm Lake, Willow Lake Trail. If you look, you can see how these trees have just been growing forever. I mean, they arch over the entire place. It's like an entire canopy covers this location. Over here it's a little bit drier, but I've never seen something so heavily forested in Arizona. You can see, I mean, like, again, these palm trees are massive, massive palm trees. More information on the vegetation on the preserve. Let's walk down this way. Wow, this is amazing. Really, really a gem hidden off in the middle of, really, whoa, what is that? Maybe a squirrel, it looks like, a pretty big size squirrel. Wow, oh, here's something again, there's a lizard. This place is just teeming with life. Man, there are lizards everywhere. We got a squirrel up there chasing a lizard down. He's trying to get his lunch. We got a little pond over here, nice little pond. There goes the squirrel. Man, it is a giant squirrel. Part of me wonders if it's something else. Man, you just hear everything in these bushes moving around. It's another lizard. More lizards. For being Arizona, it doesn't seem like Arizona, I'll tell you that. More lizards. It's just massive brush. Now, although there are some gaps in here, like right about here you can see the gap, but most of this trail is covered with this really thick canopy above. You can kind of see this isn't even doing it justice, but I mean, you see back further and there's a very thick canopy covering this place. Seems like the place goes on forever. There's another lizard. Ooh, sound like a interesting bird. More lizards in the bushes. It's important, Brill. Brill is the guy who started farming this place. He's the guy who is to thank for this beautiful, beautiful preserve and all the wonder that it instores. So this is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys really, really subscribe, like. Helps us in the analytics. Check out our website. We're going to have all of our archived footage, photos, and merchandise all available on there very shortly. So keep on getting out there and revisiting history. So just a quick summary of this place. We got an 1860s adobe building in the front, and then we have a large Hassayampa River Preserve. This place goes back to the 1800s. By the 1900s, apparently these palm trees were already very grown. It's a beautiful place. Get out here, check it out, man. A little swampy in some areas, but the rest of it's beautiful. Alright, so aside from the door inside that is actually the actual old front door in that building, the visitor center, this building here is from the 1860s. This is going to go back even further than the Morristown Hotel we were just at. So amazing condition. These adobe buildings are really meant to stay. Hopefully we can go down and see some more adobe buildings so we can get some context. I know there's the Dupa Homestead in Phoenix, which is also an adobe structure, so we'll go take a look at that here soon. Martin family gravesite, it says. So I saw this on the way in and I wanted to come over here and take a look at it. It says Martin family gravesite. This is pretty interesting because it says the Martin family grave. The remains of the Martin family were placed in this gravesite by Frederick Brill, the guy who ran this place, the original owner of this property, which is now the Hassayampa River Preserve, in the summer of 1886. Bernard Barney Martin, age 40, his wife, Shirlene, and sons John, 13, William, 11, were murdered near present-day Morristown. That's where we just were. So this grave basically says that they were robbed, the family, murdered, and looks like they buried him here. This is a pretty depressing sight. These people were buried over 100 years ago, murdered 1886, it says. And they're all buried here, 11 years old. This is horrifying, horrible.